Hey, Bill Soriano here. I wanted to make a quick video today just showing this EURCAD trade that I took yesterday, EURCAD. And I took this off the from the 4-hour candle here. I had identified what we call a 4-hour banker candle right here. Okay. Once it moved into that area, I then dropped down to the 1-hour. Let me just mark that area here real fast. This is where it kind of let's see here. Guess on this candle here, it kind of first touches that area right there. So if you drop down to the 1-hour, what I did was I waited for this double mitigation here. And so I'm trying to sell this pair. So I waited to see if I could get some kind of a break of internal structure on the 1-hour chart, which I did right here. And then on this pullback, I took the trade right around this area here to go down. But what happened was it just went pretty much against me all of yesterday. But what I did was go back to the 4-hour chart here because all of these candles were kind of intertwined here. You see how the open of this 4-hour candle, we have this 4-hour candle right here, but we also have other ones here. And so since all this was intertwined, I used this area right here. I reduced my risk. And I used this area right here for my stop loss. So I never got stopped out. And then today, as you could see here, the last 8 hours, it was dropping. And what happened was I actually, I have the exit manager here set to once I'm up 50 pips, I sell half the position, which in this case was 0.25 lots. And I move the stop loss to 10 pips above break even, and then I use the fractals to trail the stop. So as you can see here, this moved down here. I got out. I think I had, let's see, 1 second. Just gotta look at my phone here real fast. And about 50 pips. So I got out of half the position right at 50 pips, and then the exit manager moved the stop loss to break even plus 10 pips, which is where it is right now. So right now it's starting to head back up, and I'll probably get stopped out with this 10 pip gain on the second half of the position. But at one point I was down a lot of pips here, but because of my stop loss placement, I was able to stay in this trade and actually make money off of it. So that's what's very important. Now, as you look at this right now, if you drop down to the 1-hour chart, what you see here is a box right here, consolidation area. And then this is kind of like a signature pattern, we call it on the 1-hour chart, where they move price down, then they move it up, and then they come back, and we're looking for them to come back to this candle right here, which they do. But they also go down further. So if you would take the trade right here, you would probably get stopped out if you just put your stop loss right here. Okay. But that would be a trade going up though. And since on the daily chart, if you look at the daily chart, you could see the EURCAD has been trending down. Okay. You have this big consolidation right here, and a move down, then a move back up, which would tell you that this may now drop even further, right? But it could also go up. If you're looking at this chart, the daily chart, it looks like it could drop further. But if you look at the 1-hour chart, this is what we call a banker's box, where you have a consolidation, then it blasts out of the box and comes back to a banker candle in this consolidation, and then continues back down. On the 1-hour though, like I showed you, we have a consolidation here, and we have a signature pattern where they poke their head down, then they move up, although this is a pretty strong move up to be a signature pattern, but then they move back down to this banker candle, which would suggest it's going to go up from here. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what the banks decide to do. But like I said, I got 50 pips on that, half the position closed, and now the other half is at break even plus 10. And I was down probably 75 pips at one point yesterday. Actually, if you just measure this out here, you'll see that I was actually down over 100 pips in this trade. But what I did was I reduced my risk and my position size on that, so that I could let that run like I showed you to the top of this area right here. We also have a trade on NZD CAD where we are up 33 pips on that. We got out of CAD Chef today with a 50 pip gain, and then it pulled back and we got out with just 10 pips. So exit manager got us out of half the position with 50, and then the other half it pulled back and went against us. So we got out of the rest of it with a 10 pip gain. And AUDCAD basically did the same thing with a 50 pip gain and then a 10 or 15 pip gain.